it wasn't so terribly long ago that people were saying things like, oh, people won't watch movies on laptops, or, you know, iTunes is fine for music, and that's all turned out to be wrong. So there is just this cosmic explosion. And, you know, we hear a lot about YouTube, but the rest of the pyramid is widening as well. Traditional media is making more and more of their content available in more and more places, more and more time slots, more and more formats. And then there are these sort of middle tier people. You know, Jamin started out specializing in global film, long form. And I think, you know, if you stream something and it's 3 minutes long, you'll watch it now. You know, it's fast food. But if there's something that's really 45 minutes or 90 minutes, unless you just happen to have a big break at work, you know, you may want to download that and watch it later. And I know lots of people that power up their iPods and their laptops with movies before they get on an airplane trip, and then they sort of watch off what they've got. So there's a huge explosion in different formats. Jamin is doing international global films, sort of like a permanent film festival. Flora's doing public affairs video. You're doing sort of technology news. I mean, you can exist. If YouTube went away, BeetTV would still be here. If NBC went away, BeetTV would still be here. So there's a kind of a middle part of the tail, as well as a wide YouTube bottom and a top of sort of traditional media. Maybe top and bottom isn't quite right, but in terms of size. One of the things I got from this conference is that there are pieces of the chain, you know, like promotion and distribution, or video making that Turn Here does. And TwoMogul does sort of, you know, kind of, it's almost like a rep firm that gets your video in other places. So you're beginning to see companies forming around some of these traditional studio functions. I think that's kind of interesting. And for the companies I have, no one of them can do it all. So I find this interesting in the sense of I'm finding partners for various pieces that the companies don't want to do. And I try to get my companies to work together. So I try to get Fora to use Turn Here to shoot video, and I try to get Turn Here to make advertising for Danu, which is a Kleiner Perkins company. So
it's a keiretsu.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a dead equine phrase. But yeah, I don't see it as a keiretsu in the sense that I'm coaxing these companies to do things together, but I'm making sort of vendor-client introductions that are organic, you know, that would make sense. And maybe it's like you meet a girl that you think would be a good match for your cousin, so you introduce them, but you can't make them get married. But in terms of your question, business models, I don't know. I'm still looking for ways to monetize mid-market video more efficiently. I went to a fascinating talk over the weekend, someone at Google talking about how the keyword auctions work. And I've been sort of brooding ever since about whether there could be some sort of efficient marketplace for people who want to associate themselves with videos. You know, not interstitial, although Hulu seems to be doing interstitial successfully. So that may be a kind of tipping point where people are more open to that. I'm not sure I'd want to say that yet, but I'm learning. And so that's, I guess, my core interest right now, is how to improve monetization, because the quality of the videos is very good, but these guys have to become businesses.